Hi guys, and welcome back to DIY Ideas, and welcome to a new basic video. So we are going to look at chain stitches here today. So the first thing I'm going to show you is the most simple way to do chain stitches, but there are also actually some other ways that are a little more complex to get like a more stable base basically for your work. And I'm going to start here with the full basics. So we have our wool here that I have with my size 6 crocheting hook. I'm going to show you, the different types of stitches with that. Okay, so let's get started here with the thread. So we kind of have a main thread and then a gimp thread. And yeah, it's kind of like wavy, so it has a little more structure. And okay, I'm going to start here with the thread on my hand. So I'm just going to put it right here into the palm of my hand, and then I wrap it around my 2 fingers here. And I will go through with my hook and pull up the thread, and then you can kind of pull it tight, not too tight. And then I will pull on the working thread and pull it, tighter around my hook. Let me show you again. So put the thread around your 2 fingers. Okay, then take, so this is a little cross here, that's very important. And then you take your hook and you pull the thread through and up and you pull it tight. Okay. Then the next step here, how do I have the thread on my hand? So I like to have it between the little finger and the ring finger, and then I wrap it around once around my index finger. And you can also have it around the middle and the index finger. You can definitely do that, but it's not for me. Okay, so we put it on the hand. And then with my index finger here, we can kind of regulate the tension on my wool. Okay, so now with the hook, we will always go into the wool and then pull it through. Okay, and so these are very simple chain stitches. Okay. This is usually the base for any crocheting work if I want to start in rows. Okay, so I'm just pulling the thread through. It's very simple. I go underneath here, and you can kind of twist your hook a little bit and pull it through. Okay, as you can see here, I'm rotating the hook slightly just to get it through easily. And it's really important here that you don't pull it too tight. So if I have a lot of tension here on the thread like this, it's going to be really hard to pull through. Okay, and so if I'm pulling on this side on the work with my thumb and middle finger, if I have too much of a tension on it, it's going to be just a really small stitch. Okay. And yeah, it's just in general a lot harder when it's really tight. Okay, so we want to have it nice and easy and loose on the hook on all parts. So between the fingers, but also here when we're pulling on the work, we don't want to pull too much. Just for stabilizing, that's great. And then we have a very even chain stitches here. Okay, so I just pulled this open again, and I'm going to show you a variation. Okay, so I'm going to get started as before and put it on the hook. Okay, put it on my hand. And I will do 2 chain stitches as we were just doing. Now, I will not do a third one, but I will take my hook and I'll go back into the first one and pull the thread through here. Now we have 2 loops on the hook. And I will pull the thread through both. Okay, super simple. And here we kind of have, some more height already. Okay, now we will go in to the loop before. You can see it here. While doing that, I can either go into both or just into one. The loop is here where the thread is kind of like coming out on the top. I'm going to go into one and show you this variation. Okay, now we have 2 on the hook. Pull the thread and done. And we can do this again. Okay, poke in. These are both of the loops that I just had on the hook, where I just pulled the thread through, and then this just slides through automatically. I'm gonna do it a few more times here. So we always go into this loop, and we pull it through, and we have 2 on the hook, and again. Okay, pull it through. Okay, 2 on the hook and through. And you can see here what that looks like. So we have the stitches here on the bottom, and then we kind of have a loop on the top. Okay. And this is just, yes, a lot bigger and a lot more stable than the regular chain stitches that we started with. And it's not really a lot more work. Okay, I'm going to do a few more here. Okay, poke in, pull through, go in, 2 on the loop, 2 on the hook. Okay. Okay, so this is, yeah, it's very simple really. As you can see here, it's not a lot more work. And through. You can see it again. I'm going to cut this off real quick, and I will pull my hook through, and I will just leave it here as my base, as a demo basically. So you can see it here, what it looks like. Okay. And let me show you here again really quickly a normal chain stitches, or the normal chain stitches, where they you just pull them through immediately, just to have a good comparison here. Okay, so really basic, we just pull it through. And as you can see, I'm using my index finger here to, you know, keep the wool stable and have it at the right tension. Let me cut it off here so we can put it next to each other. Here my scissor was not working right. And then here we can see it in the direct comparison. And let me show you one more variation here of the double chain stitches. And let's get started. Okay, for that we will start to put the thread onto the needle as we were doing before. And we start with 2 normal chain stitches. Then we'll go through the loop here again, but we will go through both. It might be a little finicky, but you can do it. Okay, now we have 3 loops on the hook, okay? So we're not going only through a part of the stitch, but actually through both parts. We'll pull the thread through, and then pull it through both. Okay, then here again, we go into both loops. We have now 3 in the hook again. They're really close together here. I will pull it through, and pull it through here. Then again through these 2 on the hook, and through. And here again through both, 2 on the hook, and through. Then here again, poke through. It's sometimes a little just finicky because the more backwards part of the stitch is not super accessible, so you just kind of have to twist a little bit to go and try and get it. Okay. Here again. I'm going to continue crocheting this for a little bit more so that we can have a good comparison with the other 2 versions. and through. Underneath here, 2 on the hook, and through. And through. Okay, now we have quite a good chunk, and I'm going to cut this off here as well. Pull it through, and I mean like kind of just pulling out the needle. And now we can have a look at all 3 of them next to each other. So you can see here obviously that these 2 variations where you went into both of the parts of the stitch, we just have a much more compact fabric. And here at the top we have like these little loops. This one much more compact. You can see the chain or like the stitch structure here. That's where you kind of poke in if you're going backwards. And then here we have the really basic. You can kind of see that it's a little hard to like look at because it's kind of like always twisting around itself. These are the very simple chain stitches. Okay. And as you can see here, we have 3 different variations. You can, use them for all sorts of things. These ones, when you want something that's a little more stable, are great. But obviously, it also depends on what you want, to create, what kind of visual you want to create. And so the thicker ones here, for example, you can use them really nicely as like bracelets, for example. Really easy, really quick to make, and yeah, all 3 of them definitely work depending on what you want to make. I really hope that you guys liked this video. If you did, then please go ahead and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time here again at DIY Ideas. Bye!